Ugweme, a little incorporated town, is located in the southern region of Ogo local government area in Enugu state. The town is surrounded by hills about hundreds of meters above sea level, providing a beautiful and breathtaking panoramic scenery. It's situated some 47 kilometers away from the state capital and approximately 337 kilometers away from the Nigerian capital, Abuja. Ugweme houses two sub-communities, Eziobu and Agolese. But Ugweme is arguably one of the remotest communities in the southeastern state. This local area, with a little over 10,000 inhabitants, lacks all basic amenities that make life meaningful. Locals here say roads, electricity, health centers and schools are either in deplorable states or have never been in existence. Residents here believe they have been abandoned and now live like refugees since the creation of Enugu State more than 3 decades ago.
Ugome is a community abandoned by the government. It is a community where we lack the basic prerequisites to life existence. The prerequisites that will make life meaningful, we lack them completely. We don't have education, we don't have electricity, we don't have pipe-borne water, we can't boast of a functional health center or hospital. We don't even have good road. We live like refugees in our own country home.
There are many things that we are lacking in this village ever since I was born. There is no good road. We don't have road, we don't have electricity, we don't have good school, we don't have markets. Unless we went to Oriogu before we sell our goods, because we don't have markets. In Ezema we don't have markets, in Aglese we don't have markets.
This structure is believed to be a health center, but residents cannot access this facility. They say not even a pain reliever can be gotten in the only clinic in the community. It's believed some residents have died as a result of not being able to access the health center during emergencies. Since its commissioning some 9 years ago, this health center, popularly called the Agolese Ugweme Health Center, rarely functions. Residents here say it's been taken over by weeds and rodents. We're here actually to see for ourselves how true comments by these residents are. You can see it's actually on the lock and key, and we're just trying now to see. Wow. These are actually cobwebs and the ceilings are pulled out. Obviously, for several months or probably years, it's never been functional.
We have no health facilities. The health centers we have, they don't have medicine, drugs, and staff to run the clinic. So we are just like people forgotten by the government. Although I cannot say that government is not trying her best, but we still need their attention.
I would say we have figurative health centers. We don't have hospitals. That is asking too much. I think if it's like asking too much to say we have hospitals. But we have figurative health centers that are under lock and key. They are permanently locked from January to December. You can't tell me that you have an emergency and you rush to the health clinic to find it open. At times when you see it open, you can't even get immunized. You can't get your kids immunized in these places. You don't have drugs. You don't have health personnel. You don't have doctors. You don't have. How can you say you have a health center in a community? You don't get to post doctors and nurses to these places. And in the times of emergency, people get to die in emergency cases here because you don't have qualified health personnel to take care of people in times of emergency. That is why we have lost countless number of persons from our community just because we are moving from here to UNTH. Because that is where you have the closest government health facility around here.
If you consider the health centers being in a deplorable state, schools in Ugweme are in worse conditions. A worrying sight to behold. This community school is highly forested with the possibility of harboring deadly reptiles. The classrooms, they are roofless and waterlogged. This is arguably the worst learning condition for any child. This is how students learn in this community secondary school on a typical school day.
The corruption among our leaders. How did the leaders corrupt us? By what? After we are voted, after they are going now, when they are passing in the vehicle, they will run up their glass everywhere with the tinted black. Once they say, hey, senator, they say, peeping, they will move on.
Interestingly, the school was a center for the just concluded West African Senior School Certificate examination.
We have few teachers here. Some teachers, when you posted them here, they will leave here because of poor condition of this school. We have about 5 teachers here, and they will need more of that. Even the core members used to run away when you post them here. Because of during the rainy season, you see the students, they will park at one room that is okay. Others are porous. Others have leakage roofs. So this is one of those things we are suffering for. You can see this building now. It's an effort of the community, and we have written to government organs like SCDC, Enugu, Superb, to help us to rebuild all these buildings. I have copies of my letters in my office, but we are still waiting for their response.
The primary and secondary schools in this community is in a state of total comatose. Things are in utter disarray. There is nothing happening here in terms of academics because we have what we call the minimum bearable standard to qualitative education, and we don't have them here. What we have here is leaking roofs. No single seats, chairs, no offices for teachers. No offices for teachers. No school, no reading tables, no libraries, no laboratories. How do you tell me you're educating a child without giving that child the basic necessities, the basic rudimentary necessities? I'm not even sure that they work here based on the given curriculum. So the school is in total. I can't say that we have schools here because these are mere shanties.
This is only here, the only available source of water in this community. Everyone in this neighborhood depends on water from this babbling brook for their domestic chores.
Since
Under the scorching sun, these women defile the odds and contribute to constructing roads in their community. They are members of the global Ugweme Women Initiative, contributing as low as 200 Nigerian naira to change the narrative. But there's very little these aged women can do.
That road project has gulped over 30 million naira from women and other well-meaning men from this community. We've raised over 30 million to do that road. Are we supposed to be constructing our road? Is the government not supposed to come and intervene? It's becoming so cumbersome on us. The financial burden is so much. We are crying, we are begging, we are pleading that the government should come and help us.
We have used over 500 tons of laterite, the granite. You understand? The sand which we get from our Puke, sharp sand, is I've lost count. So, but when we then cement we buy in trailers, we've used up 2 trailers already, and more. So, as it is, we have expended quite a lot of material and then labor, because we discovered that this gutter, because it had closed at several points, We had to re-establish the original gutter line. It took a lot of work.
Ugueme is within the Enugu West Senatorial District and shares a common boundary with neighboring Abia State. The community boasts of having seasoned lawmakers, Ike Ekweremadu and Toby Okechukwu, as their representatives. While it's believed the lawmakers and the state government are working to meet the desires of citizens, residents here say Ugueme should not be abandoned.
We are begging the government to come to our aid. We are begging, we are pleading, we are crying, we are shedding tears and blood. We are asking them to come. Please, we are a community in Enugu State. Ugueme is a community in Enugu State. Please, don't abandon us, please.
Several attempts to reach the Ogu local government chairman, Okwodele Nwankwo, were not successful. Calls and text messages sent to the local council chairman were not returned. But hope is fast fading in Ugueme community. Locals here are pleading to have a better life than they've ever been used to. It remains to be seen if this move by the women will prompt the government and the community's representatives to improve their standard of living. Abel Ejikeme, Arise News.